Y'all, I had to start this video over like 4 times because I have a cold. I'm still getting over the last 2 viruses. I catch all the fun germs. So I have some nice honey water. I'm almost at an end of it. I need to go get more of. But we will see how far I can get into this video because I'm going to restart it like several times. So we'll see. I will cut out all of the nose blowing. Maybe not all the sniffles. Anyway, yes. All right. 25 backlist books that I want to read this year. As a mood reader, it has been hard the last few years of like, I love fantasy as one of the genres that I love. I tend to reread my favorite fantasy books and series, and it takes, like, I have to be in the right mood to experience a new world and get into a new series. So I'm not gonna be ambitious like that. That's something that I've learned about myself in the last few years, is that putting it on this list, it tends to be better if it's like standalones or the first book in a series or something like that, where it's just a lot easier to just not think about like the world building, which is an aspect I really love. So I want to pay attention to it when I get to a fantasy book. Anyway, okay. So enough about what this isn't. Let's talk about what this is. All right, I'm going to stop. I have 5 nonfiction books to start the year with. So again, 25 backlist books that are on my physical TBR that I want to read this year, and we'll see what I get to. Okay, so I have already started The Body Keeps the Score by Bessel van der Kolk. I think that's how you say it. This is a buddy read with a friend of mine. We both have different kinds of trauma, and this is how your body deals with life and trauma. And I know people who use this as textbooks in college. So it's very interesting so far. I've just like hardly started it, but yeah, it's fun to be able to discuss this with a friend of mine. So if you have read this book, I know a lot of people have. If you've read this book, let me know your thoughts on it. Yeah. Seems exciting. The word I'm going to use a whole lot in this is excited, because I am excited for all of these books. Otherwise, they would not be on this list. The next one is The Distance Between Us by Reina Grande. And this is a book club book for me. And I am behind on my book club reads, so I thought I'll put one on this list that I can get to. So this is the story of a Mexican-American immigrant who came from Mexico when she was a child, I believe, and her kind of traumatic and harrowing journey being smuggled across the border in hopes of a better life. And as someone who grew up in Texas, this is not an unfamiliar topic to me, so I'm really excited to see this perspective and humanizing this perspective. Seeing, you know, I don't know that I have ever read a book from someone who had a coyote smuggle them across the border, so I'm excited to learn about what they went through. And yeah, seems very interesting. The next one is Dinner with the President by Alex Prudhomme. I don't know how to say that name. It's French, whatever. It says she's the co-author of My Life in France by Julia Child. Which makes this extra exciting. This is about, the tagline is good on this one. I feel like it's fairly self-explanatory. Food, politics, and a history of breaking bread at the White House. And you know how that soft power is used around the world, and it sounds right up my alley. Carved in Ebony by Jasmine L. Holmes. This is about unsung or unknown Black women and in history, and I think this also deals with, I don't know if it's just American history or not. For some reason, I think it is, but maybe it's totally not. I don't know. I don't care. It'll be interesting. It's not very long, and but Jasmine Holmes writes books that have a lot of information in them, And I'm very excited to learn about this, and also just how the Black women in the faith community have done incredible things, and I'm excited to learn more about more of them. The next one is The Call to Serve by John Meacham. This one is about President Bush 41, and it has a lot of pictures and stuff, so it's not super dense. I think this is basically like a Cliff Notes version of Destiny and Power, I'm guessing. So I'm excited. Yep, excited. All of these. Okay, this one is a fantasy book, The Will of the Many, by James Islington. I read the first book in the Lycanus trilogy and absolutely loved it. I just need to reread it to finish that series because I like time travel in fantasy. I like time travel in general. There's cases, I'm particular about my time travel, but we'll discuss that another time. Anyway, I really like that, so I like his writing. I'm excited to see where it goes, of like how he's progressed in writing. And I like his plot development, even in the first book of the other trilogy. I know, yes. Okay, so The Will of the Many. All I know about this is that it is a fantasy in an academic setting. So like a magical college? I don't know. Is it a YA book? I have no idea. I'm excited. Yeah, just that word over and over again. Yay. It seems like it'll be great. I know this book is the only one out so far in the series, so I will be able to catch up with it, and I love to reread, so I will be rereading this surely before the series ends. So I'm thrilled for that. So Into You by Kathleen Fuller. This is a Christian fiction rom-com. She teaches art online, I believe, and she has lots of social anxiety, which I have anxiety too. Not really social anxiety, but because I love talking to people. But I'm excited to see how this explores that. Anyway, she, I don't know, somehow falls in love because it's a romance. So, you know, I think he's like now sober, used to be a party boy, sober, looking for direction in his life. I don't know if he ends up taking her class or what. We'll find out. Seems cute. The All-American. This is a buddy read for me that I picked for a friend because I know she loves baseball. So this takes place in 1952, I believe. And the main character, I don't know if she is like in high school, in like college age. I'm not really sure. But this young woman loves baseball. And I believe it's her dad. I don't know if her dad is like a congressperson, something like that, congressman. But he is accused of being a communist, and this is during the Red Scare, and she has the chance, like, this is a time when young women were basically trained and taught to, you know, be housewives, and that's it. And she has bigger dreams than that. Not that being housewives is not a big dream, but she has different dreams, and bigger than what society tells her she can think beyond. So I always like that. When characters dream bigger than the box they're told to be in. And that's, yes. So more excitement. So how she deals with that, she has the opportunity to play for a female baseball team, I believe, at this time, and how she deals with her, you know, as a family member who is accused of communism. I'm really curious, and also this being Christian fiction, I'm curious where that goes in this direction. Yes, it seems very interesting to me. The Man Who Died Twice by Richard Osman. This is book 2 in the Thursday Murder Club, which I read as a buddy read last year and thoroughly enjoyed. It has very British humor, super cute. Yes, I'm curious if the writing style, like there are some particular narrative devices chosen in the first book, and it's not bad at all. It's just unique, and so I'm curious if that continues in this book too. I know there are a couple more books out. I don't know how many books are going to be in this series, but it's fun. It's like a retirement home. A group of retirees have a club. They meet on Thursdays. The Thursday Murder Club, where they like to solve murders and crimes. And so I'm just excited to follow these characters because they are really funny and weird, and they would not be friends if not for this little club. So it's kind of adorable. And the things that they can get away with and choose to get away with because they're all of retirement age, like, it's entertaining. And not like gymnastics retirement age. I mean, like, they're in their like 60s to 80s. It's fun. So I'm excited for book 2. Mimi Matthews wrote The Work of Art. This one is a historical romance in England. There's a line on the back here that I really love. So this character has always been considered more odd than beautiful, which, I mean, she's beautiful on the cover too, but I like that her oddness is what stands out here. And I think it's a marriage of convenience story, with like an injured war veteran, who doesn't feel like he has much to offer her, but it's like for her safety or something. Marriage of convenience, I don't know. Yes, I've heard good things. Sounds cute. The Bitter End by Alexa Dunn. I really enjoy her YA, which these are always like upper YA mysteries. And this one I'm excited for because it takes place in the mountains, which I love, in snowstorm. If you can tell by the cover, there's like snow and blood. The back says 18s, 1 blizzard, 0 exits, and a killer on the loose. I don't know if they're in like a mansion or something up in California woods or something like that. But anyway, they are isolated and there's a murderer on the loose, and who's it gonna be? We don't know. It's really fun. What I like about her mysteries is even though I usually guess who done it, I don't always know the full why. Or, and so it's really fun to read through that. And I know I will enjoy it in this too. Just because, like, I hope I don't guess. I never actually want to guess correctly who done it. But when I do, what makes it fun to read is seeing like how it plays out after the fact. So that's what makes it fun for a reread for me, is like when I still know who done it and I want to go find out, but I genuinely, I have no idea. I haven't read this book yet. It's gonna be awesome. So I hope. If it's terrible, well, that would be disappointing. The Spell Shop by Sarah Beth Durst. I don't really know what this is about, except it's a cozy fantasy romance. And I've heard super cute things. That's it. I just need these vibes in my life. I saw this, I hadn't really heard about it, and I pre-ordered it, and I'm so happy I did, because it just seemed lovely. We'll find out if it continued to think it's lovely. Lessons in Chemistry by Bonnie Garmis. So this takes place in the 1960s, and the main character is a chemist, a female chemist, who ends up subverting social norms and expectations at that time. And she wants to be more than what the status quo offers her in society. And so she brings her interest through, I think, a baking show, and uses chemistry in that regard. And yeah, so I've heard it's good. Also, my friend read that and was like, you need to read that. So, okay. Emma St. Clair, Runaway Bride and Prejudice. I know this is one of her hockey romance books. Again, I'm not a big fan of like hockey romances or sports romances in general, but if Emma St. Clair writes it, or if one of my favorite authors writes it, I'm gonna read it. So I don't really know what it's about, but it's gonna be cute. Oh my gosh, this coughing is gonna kill me. Okay. Sword of Kaigon's author, Emma Long, wrote Blood over Brighthaven, and I am really intrigued to see where this one goes. I actually don't know what it's about. What is it about? The first woman ever admitted to a prestigious order of mages unravels a secret conspiracy that could change the practice of magic forever. And a standalone. Oh, that's exciting. It's a standalone. I don't know if I knew. Yeah, I did know that. Okay. So I'm very curious to see, because this is traditionally published, and Sword of Kaigen, which I absolutely loved for like 70% of the book. I just wish it had massive editing, so I'm really curious to see if I enjoy the editing in this book. I'm really excited for this book. I really do like her writing, and I like her character work and what she's not afraid to do to her characters. In Sword of Kaigen, there's two particular action sequences that I reread the book solely for those. And like, I need to reread the whole book to get to those because it's the emotional impact of them. And also one is just like super cool. Well, both are super cool, but one is way more emotional than the other. And if you've read it, you know what I'm talking about. I really like how impactful those couple moments were in that book. I'm looking for that in here. I don't know if I'm gonna get it, but I'm looking for that in here. And I'm hoping the editing is more to my liking, just because there will be a different team around a traditionally published book. Okay, A Most Agreeable Murder by Julia Seals. Seals? We're gonna go with Seals. This is I think it's a comedy. I don't know if there's romance involved, but this is Victorian England, I'm guessing. And someone like a wealthy bachelor dies at a ball or something, and so she decides to be a detective at a time when she's not supposed to be a detective, and it sounds super cute. The Hexologist by Josiah Bancroft. He wrote the Send Those 10 series, which I still need to read, but that's different. TBR. So the Hexologist, this is a husband and wife duo who are a detective team, I believe, in a fantasy world, and that's all I need to know. I'm excited for the husband and wife aspect because it's not very often in fantasy. It's not very often in fiction in general, but yeah, or nonfiction. I don't read nonfiction with that either. But the next one is The Run It Love by Toni Shiloh. This is the second book in the Love in the Spotlight series, but this takes place around the Kentucky Derby, and I think it's Friends to Lovers, which again, not my favorite, but I like if it's in a series, I'm gonna read it. Also, Toni Shiloh writes pretty adorable. It's a Christian romance. Did I say it's a Christian romance? It's a Christian romance. This takes place at the Kentucky Derby or around the Kentucky Derby, and I think she like has a horse in it, and he is friends with her, and I don't know, something, I don't know. We'll find out. It'll be fun. I just read Toni Shiloh's most recent Christmas novella, and it was so cute. I'm not a huge novella person, especially in contemporary stuff, but gosh, I like novellas when they are in part of a big series, but Toni Shiloh's Christmas novella, what is it called? The Christmas Catch? I really, really like that one. Okay, The Holiday Plan by Emma Linden. This one is a Valentine's. It says it's wholesome romantic fiction. She wants to avoid romance, so she goes to, I don't know, some retreat or something. Or, and I think it's a fake dating thing. Yay. I like fake dating stuff. Killers of a Certain Age. This one's about some assassins who are like 60, all women, and they realize that they are trying to be killed off by the people who employ them, and so they have to stop that. Sounds good. Spark of the Everflame by Penn Cole. This is a series I want to get into. This is romantasy. I believe it's a slow burn, which I like. Ha! Did not intend that. My brother would be proud. He likes puns. I don't really know much about it, but I've heard good things, and I like slow burn romances, so we'll see if this delivers. Also, I believe that was indie, and now it's traditionally published, so I think I have the indie copy. I'm curious I'm always curious with like the changes that authors make between indie and traditionally published, or if they do. And the last three are a series. Well, they're a spin-off series trilogy. The Burning Witch, books 1, 2, 2, and 3. This is in the House Witch series. I absolutely love the House Witch series. Without spoiling anything, this is the daughter of characters that you meet in the House Witch, and it's cozy fantasy, but it's also like adventurous. I think this particular trilogy is going to be slightly more adventurous than like the crossover book, The Princess of Potential, which I really did enjoy. I enjoy all of these books in this series. They're such lovely feels, and funny and sweet and generally low stakes, but higher stakes than you'd think at certain points. So the Burning Witch trilogy is the final ending to this 25 backlist books in 2025 that I want to read. Anyway, we will see which of these I get to, which of these I love, which of these I don't love as much as others. It's fun for me. This is like one of my only challenges that I do in a year with books. I find book challenges in general to be not my favorite, just because I'm such a mood reader that it can be stressful, and this is like not stressful for me. Of like, yeah, if I get to it, I get to it. If I don't, I don't, and that's okay. So I hope you're having a great day. And if you're not having a great day, I hope you're having the best day that you can. I know it's tough to get through days. So I would like to remind you, in case you need to hear it, this world is a better place because you are in it. And I'm so glad that you're here with me. I will see you again soon. I switched hands here, and that's gonna bug me. What is there? Sort of Kaigan? Kaigan? A lady chemist. What I'm talking about. Oh gosh, don't die. That was beautiful.